The NBA restart is almost here, and we may finally get our basketball craving taken care of. There are many questions to be asked surrounding the Orlando bubble, like will the season finish, what would cause it to stop, and many more, but in this video we are going to assume those are taken care of and just focus on basketball related questions. Here are 5 of them to look out for. The first question is, how will players sitting out affect contenders? Many players have understandably optioned out to sit the rest of the season, and those names include Spencer Dinwiddie, Victor Oladipo, Avery Bradley, Trevor Ariza, and many more. There surely will be a few more sit-outs or players who can't play if they can track the coronavirus. The question is, can the teams do without them on the court? The Lakers should be fine considering LeBron James and Anthony Davis are still playing, but both the Nets and Pacers in those examples took massive losses with key players sitting out. It remains to be seen how game plans and schemes will vary with these players not a factor, but it's certainly something to look out for. Will there be an injury increase is the second question. Multiple players have expressed concern over the risk of injury after a long absence of play. I am no doctor, but it seems the points Jason Tatum brought up are valid and that tendonitis injuries could certainly be prominent in the bubble. I would keep an eye on this one with certain players like Anthony Davis who are in for a huge payday this summer and definitely don't want to get injured, or someone like Zion Williamson who constantly has tons of weight on his knees due to his athletic playstyle. The third question, and the one I'm probably most interested to see, is how will the games be different with no sounds from fans? We have heard reports of different solutions to the no fan experience, such as using inserts from NBA 2K. We got a glimpse recently of games with no fans across the world, but if you want an example of basketball without fans specifically, look no further than the TBT tournament, which is currently ongoing. I, for one, cannot wait to see if the NBA censors players, because if they don't, we will get a great feel on how players trash talk. And just as a side note, I highly recommend watching the TBT tournament on ESPN. They're obviously not sponsoring this video, but I think it's great to see basketball on right now, and it is very safe as every player in the tournament has tested negative multiple times for the coronavirus. You also get to see players that have played in the NBA recently, to name a few, Malachi Richardson and others. Also, one more side note, I just realized I said others but only named one, so here are some more NBA players participating in the TBT basketball tournament. We got DJ Kennedy, Jameel Wilson, Dwight Buckeys, Donald Sloan, Jalen Barford, and many more. A random question I thought of today is, will rival players hang out at the hotels? One of the cooler aspects of this whole process is the fact that multiple teams will be staying at the same hotel. There are tons of rules on how to interact with these players to combat the spread of coronavirus, but I'm sure players will find a way to kill time together while still maintaining proper protocol. One thing I can't wait for is the Bobby and Toby reunion, as both the Sixers and the Mavericks will be staying at the Grand Floridian Hotel. Things like this just make the reunion worth it. The final question we have today is, will players report other players not following proper protocol? It was reported that the NBA created a hotline, which in theory allows players to describe violations of health procedures. These immediately brought snitching memes on social media, which is to be expected. In all seriousness, would a player quote-unquote snitch on someone if they see them as a health risk? I'm just trying to picture Twitter if Kawhi saw LeBron violating a rule, called Adam Silver, got him suspended, and then won the Western Conference Finals and later the real finals. I mean, I don't know if a player would actually do that, but it certainly would be fun to watch. If you made it this far in the video, first I want to give you a quick thank you, and now I need to ask you a favor. Please comment down below any NBA video ideas you have, and I mean anything, and I will try to make it. Once the restart actually happens, I certainly will have tons of content to produce, but until then I want to keep you guys entertained, and I'm going to need help doing so. After you do that, please make sure to slap a like on this video, click subscribe in the middle of the screen, and check out our last video on the left. That's about it for now, guys. Follow us on Instagram down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.